Friday night, Saturday morning for the East Coast people is look. I'm going to keep it live and lit right here on the New Truth Radio for the Underground. I am branded with my man Gangsta Gab, the mayor of Long Beach. Gab, what it is?
Hey, what it do, bro? And you do know that, the mayor of Long Beach.
Indeed. And look, before I even start the show and before we put this guest on, this beautiful, talented young lady, like, shout out to all the people, because it's hot out here. I don't know about you, Gab, where you at in L.A., but up here in the Bay, it's hot as hell. So, with that being said, there's still people outside chilling, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people messages that I got, you know what I mean? They kind of like, yo, it's hot out here, but the cool thing about this Nexxlegacy Radio / the New Truth Radio that we got going on tonight, they was like, Brand, you know what? You got Felecia on deck. And so I had to make sure that I listen on my iPhone. And shout out to all the people out there listening to the show on their iPhone, outside, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people out there that's listening at home, in your crib, in the comfort of your own home, if it's hot or if it's not. Shout out to all the people in the chat rooms, and shout out to the people that's checking for this young lady who basically want to know what she's up to and what she's doing and how she's doing. And I want to introduce Miss Felecia, the R&B queen, to the New Truth. So welcome, young lady, to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. How y'all doing?
We good.
I'm great. It is hot out here. Oh my goodness, I'm sweating.
Hey, I'm sweating. But you know, it's the good kind of sweat, because I'll take it like this. We got a hot guest on a hot show, so we all hot for the right reason. That sounds so wrong. But you know what?
It is what it is.
For real though, like, you know. But first off, I wanna thank you for taking the time to call in. I mean, I know when Gab reached out to you and when I did as well, and you know, I'm not gonna speak for Gab, because Gab could kind of say it, but I'm gonna speak for myself right now, you know, and on behalf of some of your fans too. Like, we've been checking for you. When I say we've been checking for you, I mean, you know, you got that voice, you got that style, you got that know-how about the business that we really wanna see how you're doing, literally. So, you know, you got a lot of fans out here. You got fans. You know, like I said, not just the iPhone fans, but you got a lot of emails that be like, yo, I remember her, you know, tied to the whole Bone Thugs legacy, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, you really made a name for yourself as an R&B vocalist, so, you know, you got to give yourself some credit for that.
Oh, thank you. I mean, my cheeks are hurting. I'm smiling so much. I'm smiling so hard. Thank y'all so much.
Well, it's about to hurt all night then. It's about to hurt all night then, because we ain't even done yet.
No, that just makes me feel so good, and it lets me know that I'm not doing it in vain, and I just do my music, you know, for everybody who can relate to it. So thank y'all so much.
Hey, thank you for still doing what you do. So, I mean, how are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm doing great. I am working on my album. I have a single on iTunes called None of Your Business with my artist Red. And I'm just grinding, working, and, you know, trying to, you know, let everybody know what I do. I don't want to waste God's gift, so I'm just grinding.
I agree. I mean, and knowing your history like I do, and the listeners that do, so some of the people that don't, you know, I was going to say something bad about the fans that should be fans, but I'm going to let that go right now. I'm going to let that go. But some of the people that do not know your background, give the listeners your actual bio.
Okay,
I
am, well, I'm how do I start it? I'm usually the female voice that you hear with Bone Thugs and Harmony. I had a single in 99, 98, It's All Good. It was #1 for 18 weeks. And I just been doing my thing. And you can hear me with Bone, and you can hear me solo, and yeah, that's who I am.
I mean, in a nutshell, you broke yourself down in like, you know what I'm saying, a few sentences, but you know, you were attached to a lot of good songs. Like I know you mentioned All Good, but of course, hey, Gab, I know Gab, I don't know if you've heard none of your business, and we're gonna play that short a little bit later on,
Uh-huh.
but I mean, you've been a part of We Ain't Living, Our Streets, All Life Long. I mean, you had you had your hand in a lot of ill Bone Thugs music. So, you know, I just wanted to extend that, you know, how you broke yourself down. I got to make sure that we let the listeners know. And if y'all haven't had a chance to check her out, you can actually Google her, you know, attached to Bone Thugs, and you're going to be able to see a lot of videos, the whole deal. So, you know, live and direct.
I've been working. I've been working. I call myself Harmony, of the Bone Thugs and Harmony. I'm Harmony. And some of the fans call me Daisy Bone.
Yo, that's ill though. I like that though. Daisy, crazy. I get it. So with you getting ready to work on your project, or you've already started your quest to be able to do this. This is gonna be your first solo album, right?
My first solo album out of all this time, yes.
You mentioned that all this time. I mean, the way I see it is this. Like, I feel like it's not long overdue. It's just due. You know what I mean?
It's just due. You know, I felt that way a while ago. I'm like, man, I want to get my music out. But, you know, I just sat back and I was like, you know what? It'll come out when it's ready in God's time, you know? And it's just ready. I'm ready to do it. I'm like so over ready. So I'm going full steam ahead, and I hope you guys like it. I've been throwing out singles, hoping to catch.
Mm-hmm.
So, what?
Compared to, you know, your affiliation with Bone Thugs and, you know, being part of their movement, and, you know, you adding on to the legacy that is, you know, now that you're working on this solo project, what are some of the positives about just getting in the studio trying to get some work done, and then what are some of the negatives, be it if it's just, you know, trying to come up with a, you know, not just an ill song, but just an ill marketing idea or whatever? What are some of the pros and cons about this whole project you're working on right now?
Well, the pros is definitely I'm getting to do the music. I'm getting to do something that I love to do, I was born to do. The pros is I write my own material, so I don't really have a hard time with finding material. The cons would probably be really putting it out when I want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything is strategic. You have to wait. You have to promote. You know, you don't just want to drop an album and nobody knows about it. So that's the con for me. But
so when you look at it, because you're pretty much controlling your house when it comes to your music as far as what you're doing with it. When you say strategic, you know, you're pretty much, you know, being your own boss with the team that you have beside you, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I
Now,
have my own entertainment company called Chosen Empire.
okay.
I also, me and Lazy has Harmony House together, which is also an entertainment company.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been really busy.
Okay. So with that being said, with you guys still doing your thing, my question is, like, you know, I'm not trying to reveal your marketing strategy here live on the air, because, you know, once you start saying it, Felecia, then there's going to be all kinds of people trying to copyright your stuff or trying to steal your stuff. So, you know, not pushing out that plan, but you know how it is when it comes to mainstream. Like, you know, let's just put it out there, because especially in the 90s and, you know, late 90s, maybe early 2000s, there was a lot of, you know, opportunity, I guess you could say, out there as far as getting your music heard. Now, you know, it's all kind of, you know, bogged itself down to the, you know, the spacious internet and, you know, your dedicated fan base. So my question is, when it comes to just this whole big piece of the pie, I guess you could say, how frustrating is it, or how, easy it is for you to just be able to adapt to this whole social media network with the websites and the Twitter and Instagrams and all that stuff?
Well, I mean, the internet is a blessing and a curse. And I'll explain it. I'll start with the curse first. Any and everybody seems to be a rapper and singer now, and and it kind of crowds, it kind of smothers. I don't want to say good music, but I do want to say good music.
Yeah, say that. And it's the new truth, baby. Tell the truth, baby. Tell the truth. Tell it like it is.
I mean, it's some whack stuff out there that, that's flooding.
Thank you.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, how does that get played? How many hits they get? I'm like, wait, you got to be kidding me. Like, so that's the curse. The blessing is, we don't have gatekeepers anymore. Like,
right.
We don't have to sign to a major to be heard, to be seen, so that's the blessing. But it's a double-edged sword, It's, like I said, it's more difficult because, you got all the BS.
Right. Yeah, because I'm right there with you because, I hear certain songs from some people, and I'm like, wow, how they do that? Like, people
exactly.
like that? Like,
they do
what's up with that? Yeah. Like, oh, my God. Like, but I feel where you're coming from, and I feel like, as an artist, on an artist standpoint, like, I feel like the responsibility needs to come down to the fan base, too. Like, don't get so caught up in, the material of it all and just really dig deep into your soul and find real, you'll be able to find soulful music. You can find it in your gut with hip-hop, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's really, spitting lyrics like no other, not just with the metaphors, but with, something that you can relate to, like they could feel that. Same thing with what you do with R&B. Same thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that I think that people like the fan base, like even the new fan base that's coming in, like if you hear a good song, get to know that song. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take it out on a couple of dates, but get to know that song, get a feel for what it is. Actually, you do need to take it out a couple of days, maybe like listen to it, more than one time. Don't let it be a one. See, look at, I'm going with the metaphors. Don't let the song be a one night stand. Take it, especially if you like it. Take it, get to know it. You know what I'm saying? Get a feel for it, right?
One thing I'm happy about is the fans and, real people are wanting real music again. So, they're sick of the bubble gum. They're sick of, the bling-bling and the this. People want to hear truth. Everybody doesn't have a man on the hill. Everybody can't go to the club and make it rain. Like, there's not a lot of songs that's really touching, like, what's going on, and that's what I want to do with my project. Like, really be the voice for, pain, joy, real life.
And we need that.
Yeah, I'm just excited that more and more of the fans are requesting that because I was scared at first. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not going to do that. I'm not singing that. No.
So, you're, to me, in a world, again, with so many people out there actually writing for others, so many people actually doing, so much for an artist, it's actually good to hear that you actually write your own music, of course, and you sing your own music. So when you're actually writing, do you have to get into a certain mood? Like if I'm feeling real sexy today, so I'm gonna write a real, thought provocative type song, or if you feeling real, not just angry, but you got a lot on your mind, so you just kind of going through certain scenarios that somebody may go through. So how's your writing style when you actually get into the studio and start working?
It's actually all of the above. I actually write songs all day long. Like, it's crazy. Sometimes I'm sick of myself. Somebody will say a word, my mind will take it to a song. It's crazy. So all day, every day, I'm writing. I got, like, my garage is full of thousands of songs. that I've just written. It's a gift. It just comes to me. I don't have to be in a certain mood to write. And sometimes I am in a mood, you know. And
Wow.
then it yeah. It's truly a gift. Truly a
That's
gift.
what's up.
I can be in a restaurant. I'll write on, you know, the napkins and my iPhone and all day.
See, you better than me, 'cause you know, if I'm feeling real frustrated, you know what I'm saying, that's coming out in the song real quick though. But if if I'm having, you know, today's a good day, I'm on that Ice Cube hip tip, do what I do, and you know what I'm saying, write something towards that though. But no, I mean, to me, you know, in order for you to adapt and you just not really going off of emotions, and you can really just get into an actual lane, you know, be it if it's, you know, if it's a ballad and it's, you know, about your man, or if it's just about certain other things or whatever, that you can be able to just kind of, you know, get into it. That's talent though, because some people do live off emotions, right?
Yeah, I definitely write off emotions. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm just saying that it does. Like, I can look at or hear my friend going through something, and I will write a song about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But definitely, yeah. When I'm heated, I'll go. You know, instead of putting my fist to a wall, I'll go write a song, and I'll be like, I'm gonna get you on this song. But yeah,
Yo, that's gangster though. Y'all hear that? She said instead of putting her fist through a wall, she gonna just go ahead and write a song. Hey, that's hot though. I don't know about y'all, but that's hot. That's hot. Felecia is here on the New Truth Radio for the Underground with iambranded and Gangsta Gavin. And you know, you kind of mentioned it about just how things are as far as music. I mean, we always talk about R&B being one of those where it's made for the soul, but there's a lot of soulless one-night stand kind of music out there. So the project that you're working on right now, what is it geared towards? Is there a theme that kind of comes along with it, or do you have a whole host of other things that is on that plate on your project?
See, that's always been my problem. I don't have just one theme with my project. I have a whole host of emotions. And I can't say it's geared to, you know, one gender. It's geared to everybody. It's I have you know, relationship songs. It's just everything on there. So I can't really, I don't know. I can't really sum it up for you like that. It's just my emotions. I should name it that, my emotions.
Hey, but you know what? I mean, to me, it's always cool though when you can be able to have it, but structure it in a way where it's just, you know, it could be like that emotional roller coaster where, you know, you got some feel good songs, and then you might have some songs where I just might tear up and start crying. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like God, Felecia sung that song, man. She sung it. You feel me? So I mean, I love those, because I love those for the simple fact that you could actually, you know, kind of, because sometimes we do have them days and we feeling good all day. Come back home at night and it's a whole different story. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or, you know, something through your day might just, you know, take you through it or whatever. So the best thing you could do is, you know, you might have certain songs that might relate to it, right?
Exactly. And I don't just do R&B. You know, I want to clear that up. I do everything. I write country, I write pop, I write everything, blues, I write everything.
What?
I even got the rock song. Yeah, I do everything.
You do country too? Are we going to hear a little bit of that on your project?
Not on my first project, no. I can't say I will. But you know, I'll probably shop some country to other artists. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm impressed. I mean, you know, being diverse in this business is definitely a good look. So, you know, if you can be able to switch it up and still, you know, I always say this: when you switch it up, just to sound as genuine as you can sound. If you was just in one lane, if you in one lane and you know that's how you do, if you go into another lane, just come original. Just come with as much energy as you come with, and you can sell it. It's a hit.
For sure. For sure, because you got to believe it before you make anybody else.
Got that right. Got that right. Indeed. Felecia is our guest on the New Truth, Radio for the Underground. What we're going to do is we're going to run this track that she was talking about, None of Your Business. It's available, iTunes, right? People can go get it. People can go get it.
Featuring my artist, Red.
So we're going to go ahead and run that. We're going to come back, and we're going to get into more of her project when we come back, but also, you know, we want to briefly talk about Bone Thugs as well. So, New Truth. Felecia, it's a hot joint. It's available on iTunes. Go get it. Go get it now. I got it. I mean, you know, I got it. Y'all should go get it.
Go pick it up. Go top that.
For real.
That's hot.
Thank you.
So with this song right here, was this particular, like, you know, hey, you know, is a little something behind this song, or is it just, you know, you was feeling it one day? You was like, yo, this is going to be hot.
No, it was actually both. You know, in my relationship a lot, since the beginning, a lot of people have had their, you know, their comments, their opinions, so it was based on that. But when I wrote the record, I was actually sitting in my bedroom, and I was listening to my next-door neighbor argue.
Uh-oh.
And and they were arguing about, you know, someone else in their business, and I was just like, you know what, it's just a shame how, you know, people don't really let relationships, you know, people just don't mind their own business, you know.
Right.
So that's where I wrote the record. That's why I wrote the record.
And that's solid because, I mean, you know, of course, I mean, I'm pretty sure the whole world knows, I mean, as far as your relationship with Crazy, right?
No, Lazy.
Lazy, I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm going to get you.
My apologies. Yo, if you listening, Lazy, hey, where Lazy at anyways? If he's listening, tell him my bad.
He's on the road.
Okay, tell him my apologies. But, I mean, you guys have been together for a while now, so, I mean, How do you guys manage to do it? And you say he's on the road now, too, and, you know, how do you, not to really dive too deep into your personal life, but how do you manage what you manage and still keep it strong, you know, while you guys both have this kind of profession?
I'm just going to keep it all the way real. Only God. Only God. Because, it's very hard. It's in any relationship, whether you're in limelight, any relationship is work. And we've been together for 15 years, so, you know, the key is you have to keep renewing your relationship.
Okay. So give us game. How do you do that? Like, because we want to know, like, I mean, I would love to be in a 15-year relationship, and that relationship is solid. Like, you know, like you said, no relationship is perfect, but like you said, when you got God, it's always, you know, not trying to get spiritual on people, but I'm just saying in general, when you got that, you got everything, in my opinion. So, you know, how do you maintain that in addition to your you know, your spiritual love and the love that you have for each other?
Well, I always tell him thank God for us traveling because we can get away from each other. We can get away from each other and miss each other and then come back. So that's one of our keys. But other than that, just really, you know, getting together, sitting down, having a conversation, because everyone changes. Who you are today is not necessarily who you are tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to, you know, stay on the same page, you have to communicate with each other. And you have to, you know, let each other know, okay, today I want to go here. These are my goals. What do you think about that? You know, and just share. And that's what we do. We share. I mean, there's been a lot of, you know, miscommunication in our relationship. But as long as we know that we have a common ground, which is love, we always get on the same page.
That's heavy. I mean, that's heavy considering that, you know, people don't last, you know, 5 minutes, much less 15 years. So, you know, it's solid that it could be done with hard work and acknowledging. Like, I love the fact that you said, hey, you know what, we may not be the best communicators and we still working on that, but, you know, acknowledging that goes a long way because most people think they perfect when it comes to that. I can talk to you about whatever. No, you don't. Sometimes there's some stuff I just want to know, and you seem like it's hard to talk about it. Like, you know, and I love that fact. I love that fact that you can be able to acknowledge your flaws in anything in life. So that's what's up.
And another key point is, in a relationship, you can't smother each other. You have to let each other have that independence. You know what I mean? Like, something to themselves. Like, if golfing is your thing, and music is both of our things, so we kind of, okay, this is my thing, this is your thing, because rap and R&B is two total different worlds, so, you know.
Right.
We're invited into each other's world. Like, I invite him to come to R&B, and he invites me to come to hip-hop, if that makes any sense.
No, that's true.
Any sense. But,
that's solid, though.
Yeah, those are our forms of our own identity. And I feel, I just gave this little speech the other day, like, because this young couple, they were, like, going through each other's phones and just invading each other's privacy. And I was like, you know what, that's not fair. And it's really a form of abuse. And they was like, what do you mean abuse? It is. It's a form of, abuse. So as long as you maintain your individuality in a relationship and you know how to communicate with each other, I can go on and on and on on this subject.
And that's what's up. But no, I mean, I feel the same way when it comes to that. Like, if I give you my phone and give you my password and you gotta look into it, that means it's trouble. That means this relationship is in big trouble because that means that I'm either not talking to you enough, for you to actually have to try to figure it out yourself, or there's some kind of breakdown between the both of the communication. But no, I mean, like we can get into this all day because I always feel like communication is a huge part of how people grow anyway. So that's what's up. That's what's up. I mean,
you have to trust.
Right, exactly.
You have to trust each other.
Exactly. Hey, Felecia giving us game right here on the New Truth. She keeping it solid. Radio for the Underground. And you mentioned hip hop, and you mentioned to me. Let me ask you this question. And Gav, I don't know if you know. This is how I feel, but I want to get your insights on it too. When it comes to, because we're gonna do hip hop, we're gonna do R&B. Since what I'm saying, Bone Thugs has been to me, one of the greatest groups. One of the greatest groups, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
As far as in history, as far as legacy wise, because they came into the game so different, and they were able to maintain a lot of success due to that. How do you feel about the legacy that is Bone Thugs now? Do you feel people appreciate them enough or not enough?
You know what? I get so salty. I'm just gonna keep it real. I get so
solid.
salty because they did not get the respect that they actually deserve. And I get so angry when I see, like, awards giving props to everybody else, but then they don't include Bone Thugs when they were original. A lot of music that you hear today has the Bone Thugs flow.
Right.
And they don't pay homage to the guys, and it's really sad, and it makes me mad. It makes the guys mad, too. But, their day is
I feel like this, and Gab, you can add in, too, on this, but I feel like they never, like you said, they never got the credit that I feel like they deserve because, they came in, and they came in, I feel like, real cool with Easy and, and Ruthless and that whole, it was different. I mean, when they came in, they came in different. They didn't try to sound like nobody else. They was who they were, and they owned it.
They changed the game. They changed the game.
Yeah.
They changed the game to what the game is right now. I mean, I don't even have to name rappers that you hear the Bone Thugs influence.
Right.
So, even in R&B.
Right.
So
I feel like their legacy, and Gav, I'll let you add on to it too, but I feel like their legacy is, we need to give them more credit than, they get now because, of what you just said and what a lot of us as far as fan base really kind of, felt when we first heard Thuggish Ruggish Bone or, For the Love of Money and, different songs that we could be able to rock to for the rest. Yeah. For the first of the month. I mean, we can go on and on and on. I mean, it's like their legacy is there. The music that's timeless, and it's just like people ignores. And I just feel like you could let the fellas know this, that there is a station out here that that will support them, and we feel the same way we do. So we're gonna shove it in people's faces and let them be what it is. You know what I mean? So Gab, push, of course. And Gab, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, shoot, I really think that they don't really get the respect they deserve, but shit, I stay playing the music, so they always get their respect from here.
Straight up.
Thank you. They're the reason that I listen to hip-hop, Bone Thugs, because when I did not listen to rap before I heard Bone.
Right.
I was like, what? They're singing? They're harmonizing? I love it.
Right.
So, yeah, so I give them credit. And then I started listening to Pac. So, like, my cousin always wanted me to listen to Pac. I was like, no. But when I heard Bone Thugs, then I went back and I was like, oh, wow, I love Pac. I love Brenda's Got Baby. So,
See,
yeah, Bone Thugs.
And that's cool because you went back and you checked some of the history. Like, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't just, into the recent stuff, and just because they did Thug Love didn't mean that, you didn't, just because you may have heard that doesn't mean that, okay, well, you know what? Let me go back and some of his history. Brenda's Got a Baby is heavy. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't just stay in the 90s. You lived back in the early part of it, too, when he first broke out. So I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. Now, your thing, R&B. When you look at R&B nowadays, and we kind of talked about, there's a lot of stuff that's real tasteless. Like, it just has no taste at all. What do you feel needs to resurface in order for, the soulful R&B to return to its glory days?
Can I say what I really want to say?
Absolutely. The truth shall set you free, baby. It shall set you free.
They need to stop playing. I want to hear some real vocals, okay?
Right.
I want to hear some real vocals. I don't want to hear auto-tunes all the time.
Okay.
And I don't want to hear pitch correcting. I want to hear you sing. So that... so I'm going to go there.
Go
so
ahead,
that's
baby.
what I think about singing right now. Like, okay, there's a difference between singing and singing. I want to hear singing, and I want singing to come back. And I think the world is ready for it right now.
Yes. The world was ready for it like 10 years ago, though. I'm just saying.
Yes, but they wasn't speaking up. The labels was cock blocking, and they was like, no, this is the cookie cutters and all this. So, now the world is speaking up because we do have the World Wide Web, and we do have social media to, like, voice their opinions. Before you had to go through fan mail, and how often was that going to get answered?
That is true.
So, we have YouTube now. You can say what's on your mind at a drop of a dime. So,
Amen to that. Amen to that. Is there anybody out there now that you hear that you say, that you could say at the end of the day, you know what, they sound pretty good. I could stand behind them and be all right.
You know what? I really do have. I love me some Tamar. And let me tell you why. I feel her pain. I love her voice. I know what it's like to, like, be in a shadow somewhat and just be waiting to come, and now you're finally here. So I'm really a supporter of Tamar.
Okay. What about the, R&B fellas?
The fellas, let me see. Well, I don't hear him much, but I love me some Mario.
Okay.
I know you like, who? Yeah.
No, because you know why? You going back because, he ain't, as far as I can remember, he ain't came out with nothing recent as far as I know.
He hasn't, but I'm so ready for him. His vocals is sick.
Okay.
I like Miguel, but he needs to quit falling off them stages. Not falling off. He need to stop doing those wrestling moves on females in the stands. That's what he need to stop doing, though.
We're trying to do the long jump.
Exactly.
I thought he broke her neck.
You know. I mean, God, but okay, yeah, you picked a couple of different ones, but at the same time, it's I mean, the Miguels and the Marios, like, for real, like, when you said Mario, I was like, wow, I ain't heard, some ill from that dude in a minute. Yeah, he definitely needs to come back, too. So here's let me ask you a question, and I got a couple more before we let you go, too, and this is the beautiful Felecia on the New Truth Radio for the Underground. And, I heard through reliable sources, there was one point in time Tony Braxton was kind of done with music, and, being constantly on the emails as far as checking in on her because I want to interview her. I got the word that she's actually starting to work on a CD. So she was on the verge of just basically saying, you know what, I'm done. To now she kind of got the itch to start doing music now. So when it comes to somebody like that, and Tony Braxton said in different, media outlets that, you know what, she just didn't have it in her to do what she was put on this earth to do. She was kind of done.
Yeah.
Now she got that itch. But when you have people that kind of is in that same lane, when it's just like they look at the game and they're just like, wow, the record labels suck. These 360 deals suck. People just want to bootleg my shit, or people just don't appreciate good work. For people to actually have it, like, what motivates you to, get in there and do it when you have somebody like her that was just kind of like floating around trying to figure out what she wanted to do? What motivates you, though, aside from everything we talked about, in addition to?
What motivates me or what motivates her? What
motivates you? Yeah, just kind of like knowing from where she came from, when she was kind of like, you know what, I'm done. But then she kind of got the edge. Now she's back in the studio. So, what motivates you aside from, the notoriety and the fame and the fans and all that stuff?
It's just the love for music for me. Like I said, music is my therapy, and I always, I call myself a little counselor. I was a counselor back in the day, but that's another story. But I really want to be the voice for your emotions. So at the end of the day, I really didn't care if I made a dime on it or not. I just want you to get my music and you to say, you know what, that song influenced me. That song changed my life. That song was exactly how I was feeling. That song is me. So at the end of the day, it's love for the music for me.
Okay. And that's fair because, and to me, I just feel like this. I mean, you said of course, we all want to make as much money as we possibly can. I mean, it's something that you love to do. If you can make money doing what you love to do, then we'll all be in a happy place. And
but
just for the simple... Go ahead, honey.
No, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, it's, to me, when you start looking at music and money, it takes away. It's going to come. Whatever God has for you is going to come. Whatever works, you're going to eat off your works, period.
Yep.
But your focus shouldn't be that. And I say that to say, don't worry about, piracy and everything that's going on with the internet, and, just don't worry about that. I think you will outgrow that or overcome it.
Game right there by Felecia right here. And before we let you go, I got to ask you about, all things that's part of your social media. So let the people know exactly where you're hiding at. I mean, actually, I take that back. She's not really hiding. She's all over the place. She's on Twitter. She's on Facebook. She has her website. So, Felecia, give it to the listeners out there that's listening so they can follow you.
Okay, follow me on Twitter. That's Felecia R&B, and that's FELECIA RANDB. A lot of people don't spell my name right. That's why they can't find me. So you can find me on Facebook, Felecia the Artist. You can find me on my website, Felecia's World. So it's www.Felecia's World. You can find me on Instagram at Felecia's World as well. What else? You can find me on Reverb Nation, Felecia Lindsay House. What else? You can find me on MySpace.
You still got one of those? Yes, you do, huh?
I still got one of those. Yes. I still got, because, kids are still up there. Don't abandon MySpace.
Nah, and you know what, sweetheart? I got mine too. I've been rocking mine for a long time, so I still got mine too.
No.
No doubt. But you know what? I
want me out.
No doubt. Go ahead, Gav.
I want to say this. She do reply back on Facebook because I didn't hear Felecia 3 times on the interview, and she always hit me back quickly, like, let's set something up. So I want to thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetie. Oh, y'all making me blush. My cheeks hurt.
Hey, told you we supposed to, and before we let you go, like I said, I mean, Gab didn't already started it off and said it, but I appreciate you for taking the time out and hanging out with us. But definitely, as we continue to start pushing your single, and before you start releasing any other songs, we definitely want you to come back, and we definitely want you to be a part of this station and just hang out with us and network and just do everything, because I love your energy, and I love the fact that you are approachable, like Gab said. Like, truth be told, this woman does not have an agent, or does not have anybody working her Twitter or her Facebook. She's active herself, like, Instagram pictures, all that stuff. As beautiful as you are, I mean, solid woman, inside and out, I could tell.
It's all me working on, and I do get back with you. Don't be mad if I'm late, though, sometimes, because, I got a busy schedule, but I am the one hitting everybody back. And I want to just shout out my book. I have a book coming out called I'm Every Woman and So Are You, and it's a self-esteem book.
Okay.
So I just wanted to shout that out.
So when you have a book called I'm Every Woman and So Are You, can a guy read that and get motivated off that too, or?
Definitely.
Okay.
It's not just for women. It's a self-motivation book.
So that's something that me and Gab can, like, we can get in touch with our feminine side and get into that book and figure it out, right? Is that what it is?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And then you'll know how to deal with your lady friend.
Okay.
All right.
When that book coming out?
I'm working on it now. I don't have a release date, but I'm almost done writing it. So.
See, you see how me and Gab sound. We sound like we starving for knowledge. We want to know. We want to know these things so we can understand. Y'all ladies.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. So that's what's up.
For sure. And we're gonna make sure we keep showing that love to you. And like I said, I would be really appreciative if you come back and hang out with us from time to time. And whatever you need from us, we got you. This Nexxlegacy staff and the people that we rock with, we definitely are supporting you unconditionally. So whatever we could do, we got you.
Thank you so much, and I'll come back anytime y'all want me back.
Hey, word up though, and you can follow her on Twitter at Felecia and spelled ANDB, like R and B. Make sure you go ahead and hit her up on Twitter. I'm gonna make sure I put that Twitter link out there for all y'all to follow. Make sure y'all go ahead and say hi. You do that, maybe you'll win a T-shirt, maybe not. You'll know. I don't know until you do it. So when you do it, send me a holler back too and let me know, and I'll send you something. So. Blessings to you, sweetheart. Don't be a stranger, and we will continue to push your single too, sweetie.
Nexxlegacy.